Hello, dear Aquarius. Welcome to your June end of month update. I am still running behind. I haven't quite caught up yet, but I'm so happy that you've joined me this evening just for insight on the energies that are at play at this particular time, you know, on your path, okay? If you haven't already, I would highly suggest that you check out your full month reading, because usually the full month reading, this is usually a continuation. I've noticed many synchronicities between this reading and the full month reading. So, yeah. But without further ado, let's get started, okay? Dear Spirit, please show me the energies for dear Aquarius here in June, towards the end of June. Please show me the present energies for Aquarius. I am an Aquarius moon, so I'm very fond of Aquarius. Please show me the energies, dear Spirit, for Aquarius. Conditioning. Okay. Dear Spirit, please show me the evolving energy for my dear Aquarius here in mid-June, moving into July. Please show me the energy for my dear Aquariuses here mid-June, moving into July. Four of Clouds, postponement. I'm also noticing with these readings that many of the same cards are coming out, like for like many of the twin flames on this journey. So it may be a common energy that we're all contending with, you know. Dear Spirit, please show me the next evolving energy. Too many cards, guys. Too many cards. So many messages. All right. Dear Spirit, please show me the next evolving energy for my dear Aquariuses here in mid-June, moving into July. Please show me the evolving energy. Integration. Wow, two major arcana cards, dear Aquarius. Let's get started, okay? The first card I pulled out is the Conditioning Tarot. Now, the Conditioning Tarot may be equated to the Devil Tarot, which is speaking on attachments, okay? Attachments to things in your environment, attachments to habits that you have perhaps outgrown, attachment to people, attachment to situations and circumstances which may not be applicable at this particular stage in your life. Nonetheless, where this card veers is that it seems that in some instance within your life, dear Aquarius, you're standing out, okay? You're not willing to fall amongst the crowd, okay? You're making your voice heard perhaps in a certain situation, or you're standing up for yourself, okay? But you're not going to be conditioned into a role that is just not meant for you at this particular stage in your life. This can apply to any situation in your life. This can apply to your career. This can apply to a relationship. But, you know, this came to mind just now through Spirit also. Some of you are in partnership and have decided that, you know what, we are not going to stand amongst the sheep. We're going to live in our truth. We don't care what other people think about the decisions that we make at this point, because we're following Spirit. Okay? That can apply to those who are single as well. All right? But let's get some clarity on this conditioning, all right? What is this conditioning about, dear Spirit? Please clarify conditioning for my dear Aquariuses here in mid-June, moving into July. Please clarify, dear Spirit, conditioning. And I have the Knight of Wands. All right? So in some instances, dear Aquarius, you have a force, some passionate force came in, some passionate communication, some passionate offer may have come in. And if you felt like you were trapped in a particular situation, perhaps now you don't feel like you're trapped. Like this passionate energy may have even surged from within your own being, okay? Nonetheless, this lady here, she's focusing her will and she's gathering her power, because you have the willpower, okay, dear Aquarius, to stand out in the ways that are meant to be, what are you saying, Spirit? you are meant to stand out in a particular situation in your life. You are not, so if you're hesitant about speaking up in regards to something or some type of dilemma in your life, you know, you have that energy, you have the willpower to stand up and stand for what's right in your particular situation. If you need to stand up to a particular individual, you also have the energy to do that as well, okay? But let's get some clarity on this Knight of Wands. This seems to be an energy in this particular rendition that's more focusing on your willpower to overcome a certain situation in your life. With that being said, this could also apply to somebody who comes in and inspires you. Nonetheless, you know, you are focused, okay? And you are focused on overcoming or being victorious in a situation, perhaps. You are focused on standing out in a situation. So if you're in a place within your career where you're competing with others, you want to stand out, okay? You want your greatness to be seen because you realize that you have a lot to offer in this particular situation. If this pertains to a relationship, you know that you are beautiful just the way you are and that you stand out. And you know what? The right people, right person, right situation, they'll recognize you because you are standing in your truth. That's the energy, dear Aquarius, all right? But let's clarify the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands for my dear Aquarius here in mid-June moving into July. Please clarify, dear Spirit. And I have the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups is a very loving king, you know. He has conquered, or he controls his emotions eloquently, yet he has so much love in his heart, all right, and so much to give, and he wants to give to all around him. He wants to make sure that everybody in his kingdom is full of love, okay? So there is an emotional aspect to this particular energy here in June, okay? So this could represent a physical person in your life. This could represent the divine masculine who's focusing his will in order to stand out, all right, and stand up for his truth finally. So if, you know, that could apply to some of my dear Aquariuses. Also, this can be an indication of a loving quality within yourself or an inspiration. Perhaps somebody inspired you, okay, to focus your will. Perhaps you saw a teacher, you saw a friend, you know, this could be a friend who has inspired you in some way to really push forward when it comes to a particular situation in your life, okay? Moving along, we have the evolving energy, which is the Four of Clouds, the postponement card, okay? Now, postponement is about taking a break, you know, really, you know, just standing still, all right? You recognize the beauty within a particular situation in your life, yet you're not quite moving. You're allowing the beauty to seep within. So if you're in a particular situation where you've met someone new, it could be that you're slowly letting this person in, slowly, okay? And you're observing the beauty. In other such scenarios, it's just that, you know, maybe some of my dear Aquariuses went through a difficult time in some area of their life, and now they're seeing the promise, okay, the promise of rejuvenation, the promise of reigniting, or the reigniting, okay, of passion is being seen, not only seen, but felt within your life. You see the first fruits in some aspect. In other instances, maybe some of my dear Aquariuses feel a little stagnant when it comes to a particular situation in their life. But let's get some clarity on this Four of Clouds energy for my dear Aquarius here in mid-June moving into July. Please clarify, dear Spirit, the Four of Clouds for my dear Aquarius here in mid-June moving into July. And I have the Seven of Swords, okay? So the Seven of Swords is a card about, you know, trying to figure out, trying to understand why things are happening perhaps in your life in a particular situation, trying to understand, not wanting to be deceived, okay? Doing research. This could indicate some research. Some of my dear Aquariuses might be researching something. If this does pertain to a relationship, perhaps, you know, you want to research, you want to make sure that you understand everything about this particular person. This can also indicate that someone is taking something that doesn't belong to them. Nonetheless, there is an air of deception with this card, and that's probably why some of my dear Aquariuses are very hesitant about a particular situation. They see the beauty, but they want to make sure that it's okay. In other situations, this situation that this person is looking at or postponing may have come after a period where Aquarius was deceived in some way intellectually, okay, or within a relationship, and so they're very much more cautious this time around, much more willing to take their time when it comes to pursuing a relationship, pursuing a position, a new position, pursuing any intellectual matter, pursuing classes. You know, maybe some of my dear Aquariuses are in school and they're wanting to change their majors. You know, it could be something along those lines. Nonetheless, you know, somehow Aquarius may have felt cheated in the past, and they are just postponing whatever it is, postponing moving too fast. You know, just taking a break, just letting things simmer, you know, beneath the surface, okay? And we're going to clarify the Seven of Swords for you. What is this element of deception, dear Spirit? What is this about for my dear Aquarius here in mid-June, moving into July? Please clarify the Seven of Swords for my dear Aquarius here in mid-June, moving into July. The Star, because, dear Aquarius, you have hope. This card screams hope eternal, okay? You are calling out to Source, and not only are you calling out to Source, but you're also opening yourself for miracles. You've opened yourself for miracles. You're wishing upon a star. You have a vision that you want to materialize in this life. However, you want to be sure to balance out, okay, those intellectual aspects, because sometimes, you know, we follow our heart, okay? And we want the best. We want to see the best in people. I know I do. I have this particular aspect, you know? But sometimes things aren't the way that they appear to be. And as such, it's sometimes necessary, okay, this month, dear Aquarius, to take your time, right? And what's beautiful will remain, okay? What's not will fall by the wayside. But you take your time, all right? You wish upon a star. You've set your intentions, all right? And as such, you deserve to enjoy the beauty that is seeping within you right now, all right? But there's no rush, okay? That's what that tells me. All right. Moving along, we have integration. This is equivalent to the Temperance Tarot. Look at these evolving energies. It just leads right up to Temperance. Making a wish, knowing what we want, setting the intention, all right? Avoiding deception, all right? By taking our time, all right? Because even though we're very loving and we have all of this water aspect within us, there's the earth elements, which are the practical elements. There's the air elements, which are the intellectual elements, okay? And all of this stuff has to align in order for us to stay centered, all right? To stay balanced within, okay? Because we can give, but if we're not getting it back, what's the point? Because we're going to feel drained eventually, okay? We don't do things to receive in return. We do them from our heart, and that which resonates with us, okay, would want to do the same. We'll want to give the same. We'll want to, you know, there'll be different personalities. There'll be different styles of doing things, but love is unmistakable. You know love, okay, when you hold it within your heart or when you hold it with someone, all right? So this month is going to be a huge focus on integrating, on temperance. This could also indicate that a reconciliation is coming up for some of my dear Aquariuses. So, nonetheless, let's clarify this integration for you, dear Aquarius, here in mid-June, moving into July. Please clarify, dear Spirit, integration for my dear Aquariuses here in mid-June, moving into July. Wow. The Empress, as you can see here, the Empress is I like this rendition, is a mother, okay? This Empress is helping her child or her nephew or her grandson, you know, like put a Band-Aid on his wound, all right? She is the loving mother. She is the counterpart to the divine masculine. She is his perfect match, okay? Understand, dear Aquarius, that you are abundant, okay, nurturing and creative, all right? And as such, you have nothing to prove to anybody, which comes back to the present energy with conditioning. You're free, okay, to be the loving, beautiful, beautiful soul that you are. To be living in your love, understanding that in spirit, whether you're together or apart with your twin flame, soulmate, or other divine partner in this lifetime, you are already in your comfort zone, okay? You're in the comfort zone. You're embracing who you are. And that way, you know, for those who are single, when he comes in, or when he comes in, there's no alterations that need to be made, but maybe on the practical level, because you're already resonating right where you're already resonating with love within yourself. And as such, you're able to be recognized, okay? So this Empress combined with integration also tells me that the Empress energy is very loving, okay? And maybe some of my dear Aquariuses have actually sacrificed themselves in some way, you know, just trying to be everything and anything to anybody around them. And now they're learning to stay balanced and take some of that love, right, that they give to others and integrate that within their own lives so that they stay balanced and feel fulfilled in this life, because that you deserve it, dear Aquarius, okay? But let's clarify the Empress for my dear Aquariuses here in mid-June, moving into July. Please clarify, dear Spirit, the Empress for my dear Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. The King of Pentacles. Okay, there's a lot of people involved, okay? I will tell you this. There's going to be a lot of people involved for some of my Aquariuses. There's definitely perhaps a friend in the form of the King of Cups, King of Pentacles. You know, some of my dear Aquariuses are in a solid relationship, okay? The King of Pentacles is very abundant. He has it together on a practical level, all right? He knows how to take care of his family. He's very supportive, all right? He may be busy sometimes and he may not show his heart or wear his heart on his sleeve all the time, but his love is steady and it's consistent and it's steadfast, and he's there for you, right? And he is your Empress. Or if you haven't met him, I see that this king is coming in. If you are the Divine Masculine, you are this king, all right, and your Empress is here, and as such, you're both you may be working on different chapters of the same book per se, all right, because you're focusing on the practical. You're creating a solid foundation, or have created a solid foundation, right? And the Empress is reveling and she's growing in love, and as such, you know, that's interesting that those clarifiers came up with integration. It also tells me that there's aspects within, you know, your life where you are balancing out the practical, like how the house and where are we going to live, what are we going to do, how are we going to do this, those type of dynamics with the love that you feel for another, okay? You're integrating these parts also within yourself, all right? All right, how can I balance everything out, you know, in my life? So there's a lot of balancing. This could be due to life circumstances that change slowly, taking your time, you're thinking about it. But the key, dear Aquarius, is that it looks like many of you guys know where you're headed. You know where you're going. You're taking your time. You're addressing certain aspects within your life that may have deceived you, and you're letting go of those because you're taking your time. I'm getting more of the feeling that you're taking your time before jumping into things, okay? You want to take your time because you want to do things right, okay? And that's the present energy. I am going to read your RUMI Oracle. If you want to stay to, you know, listen to this, you know, please do. Otherwise, be sure you subscribe before you leave here, guys. It's a pleasure. It's been a pleasure reading for you, okay? This is card number 26, Al-Uza, Star of Venus. I've never read this card, so I'm really, really excited about reading this card for you, okay? So let's get started, okay? Okay. Al-Uza, Star of Venus. I am the pure light, my son. I am not a handful of worthless dust. I am not just an empty shell. I am a regal pearl formed in this world. Close your eyes to see and become aware of me. Perceive me with eyes that see the unseen. Come into the mystery to find me. I am a carefree visitor here for you. My beautiful one, born of pure radiance, you have love in your heart and a passion for play that cannot be dulled by bleakness, boredom, or fear. Your soul is sensual and dances with life with utter abandonment and devotion. Though the ways of this world seem strange to you at times, dear Aquarius, you eventually declare it to be nothing but strange beauty and expand your heart, resisting nothing to allow all to be bathed in the radiance of your being. You are here to share the light of another world, a blessed world of consciousness, pure, and divinity so absolute that it transcends duality and instead brings all into the oneness of the greatest love. The star of Venus is the great androgynon, neither solely masculine nor feminine, but an integration of both. An integration of both. The power it bestows is mighty and based utterly in love. When this star seeks us out, multiple blessings are bestowed, and our spiritual growth can be accelerated in ways that may be quite dazzling and surprising to our more limited mindset and belief systems. With great blessings, great growth is possible. However, the blessings don't do the growth for us, making it magically happen. They give us the oomph we need, the power and the opportunities and assistance we need, yet it is still we who take the journey. The great spiritual journey for old souls at this time in Earth's history is the journey from duality to oneness. Many are signing up for the wild, loving adventure. This oracle has come to you as a reminder that you too have been granted a ticket for that journey. This journey of oneness is not about denying duality, but about experiencing it as an expression of one love. It is about no longer being enslaved by it. It is about avoiding what is not wanted in order to pursue what is wanted. It is about embracing the all, of finding the freedom and joy originally sought, but now through a path that takes you into joy and freedom existing within. To take the great transformation from man or woman into cosmic oneness does not require that we lose our sense of femininity or masculinity. Rather, they become so superior in development that they cease to be distinguished from each other. Our masculine clarity, with its discernment, practicality, and application, becomes so tender, loving, compassionate, and tempered. With grace, that the feminine is integrated with it. The feminine is integrated. That's no surprise. Synchronicity, okay? Our feminine nurturance, dedication, and connection to life, okay, becomes so fierce that discernment and wise action naturally prevail. So trust yourself, dear Aquarius. With this great androgynous integration of the masculine and feminine into oneness, men and women of this beautiful earth become capable of a new consciousness. It is of one based in love, of service to life, of letting go of judgment, stereotypes, and limited belief systems, and of opening up to the compassion for all life. As the consciousness is anchored, spiritual growth becomes rapid. This is not necessarily without some bumps and bruises. Letting go of old notions of what it is to be a man or a woman, to be masculine or feminine. Letting go of fear of women or men, of emasculation or victimization. Letting go of wounding are all great steps forward. They promise liberation, empowerment, and compassion, as well as peace and happiness, yet they are not easy steps to take. Great resistance can be evoked within you as an individual and also within the culture around you, which might find your notion of personal spiritual empowerment confronting and challenging to their culture of fear-based enslavement of the soul. They will be right about it being confronting, but mistaken in assuming that confrontation is something to be resisted. So then, what to do? Al-Uzza, the ancient shining one, also known as the star of Venus, holds much power and strength. Even a small blessing of her light is more powerful than the fear of thousands, if not millions, of people. She is known as a worthy ally in battle of any kind, even spiritual battle. You must, however, stay aligned with her way, which is not to fight fear with fear, hate with hate, or anger with anger. Does this mean you should not feel fear, hate, or anger? Of course not. Venus denies no experience, so let yourself feel whatever you feel. The guidance is not to stop being human. Take the next step into the divine human, into allowing the star blessing to nestle in your heart so that you can shift, okay? Oh, the star blessing, okay? So that you can shift as you feel the feelings, holding them with compassion, then choosing your own truths that resonate at a far more refined vibration. The rebellious passion of the star of Venus is that she seeks out whomever is ready to know more fully the truth of divine oneness. Whether the culture around them can acknowledge one of their own becoming more enlightened as a blessing or not, it is a divine gift nonetheless. Who cares if they don't recognize it, right, dear Aquarius? It is a divine gift. How liberating it shall feel to be truly empowered to live life as you feel is truthful, and to feel completely empowered to allow others to do the same with joy in your heart. You understand that everyone is walking an unfolding path, and that we don't have to understand or justify the path of another to feel peace in our own hearts. If you are stumbling with judgment within yourself, do not fear. The blessing of Venus is coming to you to help you surrender it, to help you find your way through so that you can be free now. Your guidance then is to trust your path, trust your evolution, even in the face of those around you reacting to it, possibly in fear or discomfort. Trust in the paths of others too, for in truth there is one path, and we are all on it. You do not have to convince anyone of anything. That is not your job. Your job is to embrace your wisdom, embrace your freedom and empowerment, to grow spiritually and live your life accordingly. You are becoming, through bestowal of grace, something more of a goddess and a god, of a human and a sacred animal integrated as one. Okay? This is sacred alchemy, amplified in the star fires of Venus, who loves you as a brother, sister, and honors your soul with her blessing. Shine true, beloved. Shine bright. Say aloud, I call upon RUMI, who loves me without condition. Beloved of my own soul, bless me now that I can dispense with limiting notions of what it is to be a man or a woman, that I can become freer to live as one integrated being. May my relationships become richer and freer, empowered and healing. Al-Uzza, shining one who loves me beyond any condition, may I live truthfully in the light of you, great star of Venus, in your infinite wisdom, love, and conscious grace. Through divine mercy and unconditional love, this healing is now begun. Place your hands at your heart in a prayer position and bow your head for however long feels right for you, dear Aquarius. When you are ready, just say thank you, and you will have completed your sacred honoring ritual. And with that being said, dear Aquarius, it has really been a pleasure reading for you guys. I hope that you're able to derive the messages that were meant for you, okay? I will be putting out a pick a card reading this week, so you might want to stay tuned for that. So subscribe. And, yeah, thank you for being here. Much love and many blessings to you.